Have you ever felt a hint of envy in the air and feel the subtle poison of seemingly kind praise? And again, have you ever experienced the icy cold of those who, instead of rejoicing with you at your success, harbor negative feelings? In a world where envy can hide behind friendly smiles and kind words, how can we spot those who envy us? And more importantly, how can we protect ourselves from those who, for often inexplicable reasons, see our successes as a threat? In the Zen story that you will hear shortly, we will see the 8 signs by which you can recognize those who envy you. So stay until the end, because you will know how to behave and defend yourself against the envious. But before continuing, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share the video. Thanks to these small gestures, you will help us produce new content every day for your personal and spiritual growth. In a quiet Buddhist monastery located in the mountains of Japan, the illustrious monk Satoshi decided to teach his disciples the art of recognizing envy. Dear friends, envy is like a silent shadow that can cast its dark veil on both those who suffer from it and those who experience it. The master began. For those who are the target of envy, the effects can be devastating. The light of personal fulfillment, in fact, can be obscured by the darkness of subtle criticism and judgment disguised as praise. When you are a victim of envy, your self-confidence can erode, leaving behind a terrain riddled with insecurity and doubt. On the other hand, those who experience envy can find themselves trapped in a labyrinth of negativity. This negative feeling, often fueled by one's own insecurities and lack of self-esteem, can poison relationships and generate a toxic environment. And this condition can lead to a vicious cycle in which resentment at the success of others turns into constant comparison, fueled by the fear of being surpassed. Both parties, in some way, find themselves trapped in a painful dance, where bruised egos and emotional wounds are the result of a feeling that prevents the free flow of human connections. Recognizing this destructive cycle is the first step to breaking the chains of envy and embarking on a path of self-awareness and personal growth. Have you ever wondered how to navigate the labyrinth of envy? How to preserve your inner light in the face of the storms unleashed by others? Asked the monk. After these rhetorical questions, Satoshi began to list the 8 signs through which we can understand that someone envies us. The first sign is linked to praise that hides a strong dose of poison, he said. Imagine that you have made an exceptional effort to complete a project. A colleague of yours with a smile might say, "Well, congratulations on your success. Maybe you had more time than others." This is an example of poisoned praise, where the praise is masked by doubts and negative insinuations, a way of saying, if you did it, it's because you were lucky or someone helped you. A young disciple, Keiko, raised her hand and asked, "Master, how should we respond to such a compliment?" Dear Keiko, when faced with compliments like this, respond with gratitude and modesty. Do not fall into the trap of responding with sarcasm or aggression. Maintain your inner light and do not let other people's poison overshadow your success. The man responded with monkish confidence. Satoshi went on to talk about the lack of support during times of success. Imagine that you have achieved an important goal. You share your joy with a friend and he responds with distance or little participation. A true friend should share your joy, not ignore it. An older disciple raised his hand. "Master Satoshi, what if the one we love doesn't seem to care about our successes?" Satoshi wisely responded, "Try to understand the other person's point of view. Maybe you are going through a difficult time or feel inadequate. Instead of judging, try to understand and continue cultivating your joy without waiting for the approval of others." Excessive competitiveness was the third sign Satoshi talked about. Imagine that you share a dream with someone, and that person, instead of encouraging you, becomes excessively competitive. It's like you go to a race together and discover that the other person is actively trying to trip you up. A young disciple, Yuki, asked curiously, "Master Satoshi, how would you handle such a situation?" With a serene look, the monk replied, "Remain focused on your path without engaging in destructive competition. Your authenticity and determination will be your guide in the race of life." The spread of gossip and rumors of various kinds is another sign that someone is envious or jealous of you, Satoshi continued. Imagine finding yourself at the center of harmful gossip that defames your character. This is like being caught up in a dark vortex. Gossip can corrode the trust others have in you and irreparably damage relationships. A young disciple asked worriedly, "Master, what can we do to protect ourselves from gossip?" With reassuring calm, Satoshi responded, Cultivate relationships based on transparency and mutual trust. When someone approaches you with a rumor, evaluate its source and do not make hasty decisions. The truth will be revealed over time. When we see excessive joy at the failures of others, it undoubtedly means that the person who feels it is envious or jealous. Imagine that you are faced with defeat and that someone, instead of offering you comfort, spontaneously shows excessive joy, said the old monk. It's as if, during your storm, this person dances in the rain of your sadness. "Master, how can we handle those who rejoice in our failures?" asked another disciple. With empathy, Satoshi responded, "Keep your cool. Others' joy at your failures simply reflects their insecurity. Focus on your personal growth and don't let the negativity of these individuals influence you." The sixth sign I want to talk to you about, the master continued, is related to sudden changes and inconsistencies in behavior. Imagine having a friend who suddenly changes his attitude for no apparent reason. One day he is hot, the next he is cold. These sudden changes in mood towards you can indicate envy, jealousy, and insecurity. In these cases, seek understanding. Satoshi responded to another young man who asked him how to behave. "I understand it may be difficult, but talk openly with your friend before making a final judgment. If the situation doesn't improve, focus on more sincere and enriching friendships." The seventh sign by which you will understand that someone is envious is precisely the envy manifested during your success, continued the old and wise monk. Imagine that you are experiencing great joy over a success you have just achieved, and someone, during your triumph, suddenly and uncontrollably begins to express disappointment or raise unnecessary criticism. His inability to rejoice with you is like a sudden frost on a sunny day. Another disciple chimed in and asked, "How can we handle those who openly and directly show envy?" With a compassionate smile, Satoshi responded, "In such cases, my friends, you radiate love and compassion. People's envy is often a projection of their own insecurities and failures. Continue your path with kindness, and do not allow someone else's storm to affect your serene sky, also becoming your storm." Finally, another sign that could suggest the presence of envy is excessive criticism. Envious people may constantly find fault with or criticize your actions, decisions, or achievements, even when they are objectively positive, Satoshi said. This critical behavior may be due to their inability to manage their success and the need to try to undermine their self-esteem. In conclusion, the senior monk looked at his disciples with wisdom and said, "On the journey of life, you will always find someone who will carry a burden of envy towards you. But remember, your strength lies in empathy, kindness, and kindness. Kindness, authenticity. Don't let other people's storms darken your inner sky. Keep your light and continue on your path, but be aware of the feelings of others, and use this awareness as a shield and compassion as balm for your soul. Don't respond to envy with anger, but with understanding. Your life is an unfolding story, and you are the authors. Be protagonists of your own story, not victims of the envy of others. The moral of this story is clear. In the dance of life, dance with kindness and understanding. Recognize the attitudes of envious people, but do not allow them to direct your melody. Be the orchestra of your existence, creating harmony through awareness, love, and resilience.